Still as rough as ever, right?
Good to see you.
Thanks, so Pete, for inviting me.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, because the organ is a very special instrument, I think, in jazz. There have been many players, but few, if any, other Jackie Davises.
Oh, no, that's very kind of you.
Well, you have, the reason I'm saying that, and I say it in all honesty, is because there are a lot of organ players, and without getting into any personalities, there are a lot of organ players but really what they do is locked in with the rhythm section, primarily.
Yeah.
I know I'm one of them. 'Cause I don't play the pedals at all.
Yeah, but I shook a lot when I saw you sitting down.
No. I'm not really that serious about it. What, did you start on any other instrument, Jeff?
I started on piano.
You did?
Actually, I think you and I shared the same idol.
Art
Taylor. And, and so when I heard the quotation, God is in the house, quote unquote, I don't think it would say it's better. I think it becomes now a philosophical adage. You know what I mean? A quotation that will never die.
That's true. Yeah. And it belongs to Tatum, that particular quote. Did any of the larger groups affect your playing in
Oh yeah,
like the orchestras or
I had band on the brain. I was very fortunate because at 10 years old in Jacksonville, Florida, I worked in a 19-piece orchestra with 18 godfathers who kept their pedal extremities in the sensitive area of my anatomy. If you know what I'm talking about. You know, it was the time it was 5
Oh,
years,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And the one guy who was my mentor, my everything, was the drummer. You see, the band was comprised of guys who had been on the road during the Depression area, and they didn't make it, they came back, And they organized this group, and I was the little protege, man, and everybody was a little jacketed. But this guy, Henry Washington, he never would pray. If I could just got him to say, well, that's pretty, never, because he knew this would get big, But he would tell me when my left hand got weak, left hand ain't doing nothing, get with it. So, tie the hand, the old fighters thing, you remember? Sure. And this was one of the greatest education I had, because in the band we used to go from city to city in Florida, and we played for the Lions clubs in different cities. So what we would do, we would play Friday night for the black dancers and Saturday night for the regular Lions dancers. Friday night, the world's worst pianist. I mean, never in tune. Here's what happened. It was so bad until the saxophones would pull their, how they pull their mouthpieces out with all kind of, well, they just couldn't make it. So what I had to do was cross, what they call cross there. I'd play a half tone lower. The greatest education I ever got.
Oh, sure.
This is where you learn.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
If you had to have a group today, what would it comprise instrumentally to go along with the organ?
With this,
just out of interest.
I think it would be basically just drums and percussion. If I had a drummer, like you got Bobby, so let's forget that. You know what I mean? But I lost my drummer. It would be 21 years. I lost him Christmas Day of the past year. And it's kind of, but all I would have is a drummer and bongo player.
Because you're that full of player. You utilize the whole keyboard in a very sensitive way, but in a very utilitarian way, because it's not, I hear a lot of, it's like when you walk into the lounges, and you hear a pianist that is supposed to be playing by himself, and he really is having a scuffle, you can tell there's some problem. There are no problems. Would you do another tune for us?
I'd love.
What are you going to play?
I want to play a pretty tune called A Time for Love, I think.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.